These are the most heated umpire versus player moments when decisions sparked chaos, tempers exploded, and cricket was pushed to its absolute limit. Number 1. Ricky Ponting versus Billy Bowden. Let's start with the moment of pure ego versus authority. Australia versus New Zealand, one-day international match. Ricky Ponting is the captain. A decision goes against Australia. Ponting doesn't like it. Not one bit. He walks straight up to Billy Bowden. Calm face, but sharp words. No shouting. No hand-waving. Just that intense stare captains use when they're absolutely convinced the umpire got it wrong. Bowden listens, nods, and does nothing. Decision stays. Ponting walks away frustrated, knowing there's nothing more he can do. No DRS, no replay, just umpire's word as final law. This wasn't loud or explosive, but it was tense. Two strong personalities standing their ground.
It's too late now. Billy's going to change his call by the looks of it, laying down the law. Ponting not happy.
And it proved one thing. Even legends of the game can feel completely powerless in front of one raised finger. Number 2. Virat Kohli versus ignored DRS. Now this one was pure fire. India versus Australia. High voltage game. Natarajan bowls. Ball crashes into Matthew Wade's pad. Loud appeal. Indians are convinced. Umpire says, not out. Virat Kohli instantly turns for DRS. And that's when things get weird. The umpire doesn't respond. No review. No discussion. Just play on. Kohli loses it. He walks straight up to the umpire, talking, pointing. That stare says everything. This isn't casual frustration. This is a captain feeling robbed in front of millions. Decision doesn't change. Play continues. No fine, no suspension. But that moment sticks. Because when even the option to challenge a decision is taken away, it's not just a bad call anymore. It's a breakdown of trust.
Well, maybe just took a bit of time for them to say, what do you think? And then find out where Virat was fielding.
Number 3. Rishabh Pant tries to stop the match. All right, now this one didn't just create noise. It almost killed the match. IPL 2022. Delhi Capitals versus Rajasthan Royals. Last over. 24 runs needed off 4 balls. Every delivery matters. Obed McCoy bowls a high full toss. Waist high, clear as day. Delhi appeals. Fans scream. Camera zooms in. Umpire? No signal. Play on. And that's when Rishabh Pant completely loses it. From the dugout, Pant is on his feet, shouting, pointing. Then he does the unthinkable. He signals his batters to walk off the field. Match officials rush in. Assistant coach Praveen Amre even steps onto the pitch. For a moment, the game is seconds away from being abandoned. Umpires stay firm. Decision doesn't change. Pant is fined later, but that moment stays. Because this wasn't just anger. This was a captain trying to stop a match because one decision broke him. Number 4. Shakib loses it completely. All right, this one crossed every line. Dhaka Premier League 2021. Shakib Al Hassan is bowling. Ball hits the pad. Loud LBW appeal. Umpire says, not out. Shakib snaps. First, he walks straight up to the umpire, arguing hard. No result. Next delivery, another decision goes against him. And that's when it turns ugly. Shakib kicks the stumps. Then later, he uproots them and throws them on the ground. Players rush in. Umpires are stunned. Cameras can't look away. This wasn't frustration anymore. This was pure loss of control. The match continues, Shakib is fined heavily, and the clip goes viral everywhere. Because this wasn't just a heated moment, it was one of the darkest umpire versus player clashes cricket has ever seen. Number 5. Steve Smith versus dead ball call. Now, imagine this happening in a test match. Boxing Day test, Australia versus New Zealand, MCG packed. Neil Wagner bangs in another short ball. It hits Steve Smith on the body and rolls away. Dhoni takes off for a run, and suddenly, the umpire Nigel Long calls dead ball.
Ouch. Now he might get a single for that one. Let's see. Dead ball, no, that's the wrong call. That was short.
Smith stops mid-pitch, turns around, walks straight to the umpire. Calm face, but the words are sharp. Smith argues that he was only trying to avoid the ball, not intentionally blocking it. According to him, the run should count. The umpire listens and stays firm. No shouting, no drama, just a long, uncomfortable conversation in the middle of the ground. The decision doesn't change. And that's what makes this moment special, because sometimes the most heated umpire versus player clashes aren't loud. They're the ones where both sides know the stakes and still refuse to move an inch. Number 6, Jason Roy can't believe the call. Now, take this pressure and multiply it by a World Cup semifinal. England versus Australia, 2019 World Cup. Packed stadium, nation watching. Jason Roy plays at a delivery. Ball goes straight to the keeper. Umpire raises the finger.
Well, was there a little tickle on it? This is the big question and given.
Roy freezes. Replays come up and it's clear. No edge, nothing. Roy looks back in disbelief. He wants a review, but England has no DRS left. That's when frustration turns into anger. Roy walks back towards the umpire, shaking his head, exchanging words. Not aggressive, not dramatic, just pure disbelief written all over his face. He has to walk. No option, no correction.
Captain storm out to the field to have a discussion with the umpires. Unbelievable.
England still go on to win the World Cup, but that moment stays remembered. Because in the biggest match of your career, sometimes one wrong call leaves you completely helpless. Number 7. MS Dhoni steps onto the field. Let's imagine this. Final over. CSK versus Rajasthan Royals. Match on the line. Ben Stokes bowls a waist-high full toss. Everyone sees it. Players appeal. Fans erupt. And the umpire first signals no ball. Then, suddenly, he changes his mind. Wait, what? In the dugout, MS Dhoni is watching all this unfold. The calmest man in cricket. The guy who never reacts. But not this time. Dhoni walks straight onto the field. No helmet, no bat. Just pure frustration. Umpires are shocked. Players freeze. The stadium doesn't even know how to react. A captain walking onto the pitch to argue is against the rules. Everyone knows that. But that decision had crossed a line. The call doesn't change. Dhoni walks back. He gets fined later, but the damage is already done. Because this wasn't just a no-ball controversy, this was the night pressure broke Captain Cool.
Looking out to the field as the captain, and he's saying, well, there was an arm came out from one of these umpires. So this is a situation, let's hope it's diffused very quickly.
Number 8, Shakib explodes again. If there's one name that keeps coming back in umpire clashes, it's Shakib Al Hassan. Bangladesh Premier League. High-pressure game, a delivery goes way above the batter's reach. Clear wide. Umpire doesn't signal. Shakib turns around instantly, walks straight at the umpire, arms out, words flying, cameras locked in. The umpire stands still. Decision unchanged. Shakib keeps arguing. Teammates try to pull him away. Crowd noise keeps rising. For a few seconds, it feels like the game might stop. Eventually, play resumes. Shakib calms down. Punishment follows later, but the moment is remembered for one reason. It showed how pressure and emotion can turn even world-class all-rounders into ticking time bombs. Number 9. Mitchell Marsh left helpless. Now, this one wasn't about anger. It was about disbelief. Big Bash League, high-pressure match. Mitchell Marsh is batting. Steve O'Keefe bowls one that goes nowhere near the bat. It carries straight to the wicketkeeper. Half-hearted appeal, almost casual. Umpire raises the finger.
Well, that's good keeping by Phillippe. He's given him!
Marsh just stands there. Replays show it clearly. No edge, not even close. Marsh looks back at the umpire. says a few words. No DRS, no review, no second chance. He has to walk. No shouting, no drama, just frustration you can feel through the screen. Because sometimes the worst umpire moments aren't loud. They're the ones where the player knows he's right and still has to leave. Number 10, Pollard's silent protest. All right, let's continue this with a moment that was heated, but in a very different way. IPL 2015, Mumbai Indians versus Royal Challengers Bangalore. Kieran Pollard keeps walking up to Chris Gale, saying things, trying to distract him. Umpires step in, warning given, stop talking. Pollard walks away, looks annoyed. Next over, he comes back with tape over his mouth. No shouting, no arguing, just a message. The crowd bursts out laughing. Cameras zoom in. Umpires can't do much. Pollard follows the rule in his own way. This wasn't an angry clash. This was sarcasm at its best, and it proved one thing. Sometimes the smartest response to an umpire is complete silence.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from Pollard.
Number 11, Virat Kohli versus the umpire. Now this one, you could feel the anger through the screen. IPL 2021 Eliminator, RCB versus KKR, knockout match, no second chances. Rahul Tripathi misses the ball. It hits the pad. RCB goes up in a massive LBW appeal. Umpire says, not out.
Oh, it's a goal! Not out, and Virender Sharma.
Virat Kohli doesn't even wait. Straight to DRS. Replay comes up, 3 reds. Out. Tripathi walks back, but Kohli is still not done. As Tripathi leaves, Kohli turns towards the umpire, walks up, starts talking. Not shouting, not screaming, just that cold, intense stare and sharp words. The message was clear. This wasn't about the wicket anymore. This was about trust in the decisions. The match moves on. No punishment, no headline the next day. But that moment showed something real. In a knockout game, even one wrong call is enough to light a fire inside the most competitive player in cricket. Number 12, confusion takes over the final. Now, this one wasn't anger at first. It was pure confusion that slowly turned into chaos. Asia Cup final, India A versus Pakistan A. Big stage, big pressure. A Pakistani batter goes for a big hit. Ball hangs in the air near the boundary. Indian fielder takes a clean catch. Everyone celebrates, but the umpire sends it upstairs. Third umpire checks the replay and gives it not out. Players are stunned. Replays clearly show fingers under the ball, a fair catch. Indian players surround the umpire, long discussion. Calm turns into frustration. Umpires don't change the call. Match moves on, but the damage is done. Because this wasn't a heated argument. This was a moment where players, fans, and even viewers at home were all asking the same question. How did that decision stand? Number 13, penalty runs spark test match tension. Now, let's talk about a moment people never expect to turn ugly. Test cricket. Australia versus New Zealand, the calmest format, or so everyone thinks. David Warner keeps running through the protected area of the pitch. Umpire Aleem Dar warns him more than once. Warner ignores it. Then suddenly 5 penalty runs are awarded. Warner turns around instantly, walks up to Aleem Dar, starts arguing. Marnus Labuschagne joins in. Tempers flaring. Aleem Dar doesn't move. Decision stays. Play resumes, but the mood has changed. Because this wasn't about 5 runs. It was about discipline versus authority. And it proved one thing. Even test cricket can explode when players feel they're being pushed too far. Number 14. Umpires change their mind mid-match. All right, this one left everyone confused. CPL 2024, high-pressure game. A batter is given LBW out. He reviews it. DRS shows out. Decision confirmed. The batter starts walking back to the pavilion. Then suddenly, the big screen shows another replay. Clear inside edge. Umpires stop the game, talk among themselves, and then they do the unthinkable. They call the batter back. Now, the fielding team loses it. Captain Kieran Pollard walks straight up to the umpires. His question is simple. Once a batter leaves the field, how can a decision be reversed? Umpires don't change their call. The match continues, but the argument doesn't end there. Because this wasn't a bad decision. This was a rule-bending moment that left players, fans, and even experts asking where the line really is. Now tell me this, which umpire versus player moment shocked you the most? And do you think technology has actually reduced these controversies or just changed their form? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you want to see the funniest ever moments in BBL history, click on this video right now.